REED-BBS, BBS, Black Burp Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Televisión, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. So it's like this: there's certainties in life, and there's certainties in boxing. If you combine the two, we're talking like death, taxes, and the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, for some reason, that is a very hard pill, a jagged little pill, as a great singer once stated, to swallow for a lot of you. Like, for a lot of you, that's a painful admission to make. And you know what the problem is? You know why that's a hard thing to digest? It's you. And you're why. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, and especially your fucking ass. You're the problem. You're the damn problem. It's your fault. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? You're one of those, you keep blaming every single opponent Canelo has for having a subpar performance. At some point, you got to give the guy that's making them fight less than they had before they stepped in the ring with him credit. Let's start with Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, he fought a passive fight. Strategy was like what? So your strategy is to just jab and move and fight like the smaller man because you're scared to get hit to the body. Touched up even in the slightest bit. Didn't work, still got knocked the fuck out. That's kind of how he fought. Nonetheless, most of y'all not only blame Canelo, but even insinuated like a fix type of shit. Like, and call me naive. Why would a man fighting on a highly broadcast platform such as the Canelo Kovalev fight, why would he even take a dive? Some off the circuit, club show or some shit like I used to match make. Maybe I could see that occurring, but not Canelo versus Kovalev in front of millions. Like that just doesn't even make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, y'all insinuated a fix. Now, Callum Smith, 6'3" tall, WBA and Ring Magazine champion, undefeated. Canelo, despite all that, Canelo Alvarez administers a body head ass whooping, and he left Smith visibly discouraged. He didn't knock him out like he did Callum Smith's brother, Liam Smith, back in Dallas-Fort Worth back in the day. But he beat the fucking brakes, the brake pads. He beat every bit of brakes off of my man Callum Smith. Callum Smith's best punch was a check left hook. Canelo even beat the living shit out of my man's arm, so he couldn't use the fucking check left hook. He rendered it useless. So on one hand, you could say Smith didn't throw enough, but even when he did, he looked slow. My man had no oomph on his shots at all. He was missing by miles, and it was a great performance by Saul Canelo Alvarez. People don't even want to admit that he's better now than he was when he lost to Floyd. What was that, 8 years ago? 7, 8, 9 years ago? But you don't think he's any better now, huh? Every single disputed win, y'all question, the Erislandy Lara fight, which no one thinks Canelo lost. If you rewatch the fight, Lara didn't win that shit. Austin Trout. Okay, there was open scoring for the Austin Trout fight. Maybe the scorecards weren't quite as reflective of the fight that took place, but don't act like it was a robbery. It wasn't. Triple G 1 and 2. Look, I'll tell anybody that listens. And in fact, my posting history, video and otherwise, will suggest I had Triple G winning the first fight. I had Canelo winning the second fight. Canelo established the body punch strategy that even Zarametta, the last dude Triple G fought, hell, he even touched him to the body a couple times, and Triple G had them elbows all tucked in tight, like, ain't trying to have that smoke. Don't want that. The clauses, look, I get it. Canelo, he's got clauses in his contracts. The sanctioning bodies love him. Like with David Benavidez, who was stripped of the WBC title. He was immediately instituted as the number one contender with Avni Yildirim as the number two contender. Somehow Canelo and Callum Smith fought for the vacant WBC title. That's because the WBC, they're making love to Canelo. I ain't tripping on that. It is what it is. But again, don't hate the player, hate the game. It's like this, man. We need to give Canelo his props. He is the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, until further notice. So let's give him his flowers while we're here, all right? REED-BBS, BBS, Black Perk Sugar, Bachelor's of Boxing Studies, Televisión, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.